Hey, Tracy Lewis from Stuff and Things, all energized back from on stage. It was a definite awesome experience that I am so glad I went to. I learned a lot, enjoyed spending time with my Washingtonian friends who all had to fly down here. And I got to drive, well, my husband drove me a half an hour from our campground over to the hotel so I could spend the 4 days with them, and it was awesome. So now I'm quickly trying to catch up on my blog hops that are due 2 days in a row. I get one more day, and then I have two to launch. So this is my first one. I am going to use one of the new stamp sets that I got in a prize patrol. Actually, this particular set, I believe, came in our welcome pack. Our three colors this month, this is the color combo blog hop, and it's crumb cake, basic gray, and soft suede. I'm going to try to do it a little bit different. Normally I would, for neutral colors, do something grungy with a lot of textures and different things and layers, and in this case I am going to work on a card that I have a specific person in mind for, and so I'm going to try to make it a little different than I normally would. This person knows my style, so I'm going to try to break out of my mold. So I am going to see if I can take this crumb cake. I'm going to use, these are the sentiments available to me. I think this is a very cute set. I really like mixed fonts. And my husband also likes really fun sentiments, and of course I love itty bitty greetings, and so that means he thinks that all my sentiments are boring. So when I showed him that this set was the first one that I got, he had to laugh, because in his mind this is breaking me away from my mold of the very basic fonts. I think the most basic sentiment is this happy birthday, but everyone else is interesting. So I'm going to use the So Happy to Have You in My Life. Sorry about the shaking. Hub has moved, and as you know, in our little trailer, when one person moves, everybody moves. So I'm going to use this, I'm going to put it on crumb cake. I'm going to use basic gray ink. I'm using the Stamparatus because I might have to put a couple of coats of ink to get it nice and dark. And then I'm going to try using my white watercolor pencils. So that'll be kind of fun. I might even try a light blends pen. We'll see how the initial setup looks. So here is what it looks like. I will be trimming this down. I am suspecting that I will use a soft suede, maybe in corrugated, and then a thin matte of basic gray. That's kind of my thought. We'll see. We'll work on it together and see what I end up with. So I really love having the Stamparatus available to me to work on repeat designs, and because the bottom, unlike the older style first generation, as I would call them, stamping tools had a door but affixed all four sides. I'm really enjoying my ability to step, so I did quite a bit of those for some of my swap things that I did. I saw lots of stepped cards. Overall, I saw over 450 swaps because I roomed with my friend Libby, who's actually my team leader, and her sister Jane, who is now also my sister because she is a demonstrator under Libby. And so they got each over 200 swaps. I only did 50, and oh my goodness, I got to go through all of their swaps, pick my favorites, take pictures. So it really is as if I got 450 swaps. So I am so grateful to them sharing their swaps with me while we were there. It was a lot of fun to see what we each thought were the favorites. It needs to go down. So I thought I might have to do some repeat. This is a fresh spot. I only owned the archival version of Basic Gray, which they switched to a non-archival in June in the new catalog. So I finally got my new re-inker, and so this is a brand new color that I haven't actually used. Let's see if we can get the life to fill out. I figured it might take a few tries to get this heavy font to fill in completely. Yeah, that's starting to look good. I do think that the Basic Gray is, I was worried it might not be dark enough, which is why I was going to do lots of layers. And I think I'm just about done. All right, so set this aside now, and we'll come back with my watercolors and see if I can try to get some contrast going on this. And then I might even use a gel pen, so I'll be right back. So my package of the watercolor pencils has 2 sets. There was a special 10 color set that came out in September, and then I do have also the original set of 13, and here's the Whisper White. So I am going to color in the Happy. That's coming out great. And then I think I'm going to see if I can get a bit of white shadow on the right side on these heavier words. And then the last little bit that I want to add to this before I then have to mull over how I want to cut it out. And then whether I want to layer it with the Basic Gray or perhaps even Whisper White. And then I will cut out my bottom layer, which will be in the soft suede. So potentially it could be this. And remember, white isn't actually one of the colors provided, but we are allowed to use it. So I may not do a matte in the white, and all I will have is the white pencil and gel pen as an accent. And stick with the 3 colors. So there's that, and then I have my gel pen. Now this will pick up some of the dye color. I might have to go over it a couple times, but it will not be a true white. I will tell you that with the old archival inks and like a StazOn that is not a dye ink, you will get the true white. But this is actually looking pretty good. Alright, so I think I am done, and I am going to possibly look at an oval. Let's see if I have an oval big enough, and then I'll come back and we'll work on more of the layers together. Alright, so I've cut it out. I used the oval layering ovals, and I used the second largest oval with the largest scallop. So it was these two. So largest scalloped, second largest oval. Then I did a little bit more work with the white, wanting a little more contrast, and then I used a light sponging around the edges in gray. I have the bottom layer, this will be the card base, but I'll still put it on a white 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 with the subtle. I then cut out corrugated and made a fishtail. It also has been sponged. And now then I'm going to work with the shimmer pink. I will be using the Smoky Slate Dark. And I will have it tied off at the top in a bow. I am contemplating this leaf and maybe a second one. I'm going to get out my dark Smoky Slate blends, and I'm going to make a ribbon across and then a bow. Alright, I have finished my project, but before I show you the project, I wanted to explain the stamp set that I chose to use. It was in our welcome packet when we registered. It is a new set that's coming out as part of the Occasions catalog. It will be out in January, so I got it as an early item, and I think it's a very cool set, as I said, with the multiple fonts. But what I forgot to mention was that it is going to be available in January in the Occasions catalog. And here is the finished card. I think it came out really good. Oops, sorry, hub is moving again. Hopefully you like my project, and this is again for the color combo hop for November, and thanks for watching.